our very first placement were 2 and 4-year-old sibling girls. The 4-year-old had FASD, as I said, and she came mute. She couldn't pronounce a single word, and obviously her brain was damaged because of the disorder she has. But I have to say, in the 17 months they were with us, by the end of it, she had a really good friend at school. She was singing songs in the back of the car and had just come on leaps and bounds.
It's challenging. It has a different kind of challenge to having a single child, because you're dealing with that sibling rivalry, sibling bond, whatever's gone on before they come to you. Sometimes you get a sense of one child resenting another child because they blame that child for what's happened, or one child will be overly parenting another child, so you're having to teach them how to be a child and not have to take responsibility for their younger sibling. That's very common.
For siblings, you see, they might come as a pair or 3, but they all have separate needs, but they need to be cared for in the same way. So that's tricky, because you'll have the children that's coming from the same background but all different needs, so you need to be up on your training for that.
I think the hardest thing with teenagers is their feeling of low self-esteem. The girls that we had recently, the 13-year-old felt that it was all her fault, that they were and she's had 2 brothers that were also in care, that the whole family was in care because of her, and of course it wasn't. It was down to the failures of her parents. But they can come with that sense of guilt, and so the hard work is spent chatting to them, making them realise that it's not their fault that they're here, but it doesn't have to determine their future, their past. That they, most of their life is going to be spent looking forward, I hope.
So many children come from a background where they're frightened, they've been frightened, and they're scared to do things and they don't want to step out of line. So actually when they do it with me, I have a little smile when I'm telling them not to do it, because that's a real positive. That means we've got somewhere. You're not afraid to, I don't know, whatever it is, go and turn all the taps on or squirt the toothpaste everywhere, or, empty all the bath products into the bath, you name it, we've had it, got into the cupboard, empty a bag of flour all over the floor. Stuff that children should do. As frustrating as it is when you actually see a foster child do that, there's a kind of little yay moment, because that's what we do, that's what our job is.